Guess what's back?
What's that?
Back again. Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she is.
Tell a friend. Pulled up from the parking lot. The second shot of the game. She had the first 2 points on the foul line. Then she had, then they scored a layup, and then she pulls up from logo, from where the 22 is basically on the Iowa court.
Angel Reese didn't just get a wake-up call. It was a powerful sports challenge. Caitlin Clark showcased her brilliance against the Chicago Sky like a true basketball master. With flawless deep three-pointers and clever assists, Clark showed the world what real excellence looks like. While she controlled the court with her skill, Reese seemed to be struggling to find her footing, falling behind at every turn. The difference in the game was very clear.
To the internet, though, clipped out Angel Reese pushing the Fever girl in the back.
She was like the villain.
Here's a clip that everybody was fake upset about.
That's not a bad foul. No, Caitlin Clark not finna fight, bro. It's turning their shit up, though. It's just some internet shit, bro. It's just bringing attention to these.
Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing to win. She was sending a powerful message. To every critic, every social media commentator, and especially to Angel Reese, she made it crystal clear. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to run this league. And no one understood that better than Pat McAfee. As soon as Clark led the Sky to a nearly 30-point defeat, McAfee spoke from the heart. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just genuine respect for true greatness. Clark's performance wasn't just a win, it was a warning. So if you're backing Caitlin and agree with McAfee, drop a CC is the GOAT in the comments. Let's keep moving forward.
She has surpassed everybody in the amount of time that she has played in the WNBA. She fills up every arena in every town that she goes to. Teams have to go to bigger arenas so that they can try to profit off the Caitlin Clark train coming to town. Most 20-point 10-assist games in WNBA history, which I think you could say that's a good game. Like that's how you classify. Vandersloot, obviously, 430 games played, had 10 of them. Diana Taurasi, people talk about as the GOAT, right?
The GOAT.
You're damn right.
564. Where'd she go to school?
UConn.
Okay, 565 games played. She has 9 20-point 10-assist games. And then Caitlin Clark, 41 games played. She already has 9.
Let's rewind a bit. In her first WNBA game against Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark dropped a triple-double like it was nothing minus 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. And she did it so effortlessly, like it was just another day. This wasn't just a game. It was a full basketball masterclass. The Chicago Sky couldn't keep up with her pace. Clark controlled the court, delivered flawless no-look passes, and nailed deep threes like she was shooting into the ocean. From start to finish, she showed complete dominance, like she had the cheat codes to the game.
There's a moment in the game where Angel Reese has a little bit of a push-off on an offensive board. Obviously, she's great at getting rebounds. Incredible underneath. Caitlin Clark says, what the hell?
Come on!
Caitlin Clark says, what the hell is that, to the ref? And then she says, and most basketball people say, that's a take foul. Instead of a layup, we're going to make you earn it. I think Angel would miss one or both of those free throws instead of getting a wide open layup in that entire thing. Angel was pissed off, thought it was a flagrant. Afterwards, everybody said it was a take foul, it was a take foul. But it was very convenient how most of the internet, not all of the internet, most of the internet though, clipped out Angel Reese pushing the Fever girl in the back, Caitlin pointing at the ref like, what are we talking about here?
The Fever versus Sky matchup was a record-breaker minus 2.7 million viewers tuned in, peaking at over 3 million, making it the most-watched WNBA game ever. Why? Because Caitlin Clark is the true star. Whenever she steps on the court, fans grab their phones, arenas fill up, and jerseys fly off the shelves. She's not just playing, she's lifting the entire league to new heights.
It was different, and she seemed to be more exciting than everybody else, but she also was an incredible passer and disher in the way she went about her business. It was like, oh, this girl's different. This woman's different. Then she gets drafted to the Fever, and what she has done for this city and for this team is unbelievable. Obviously, last year at the beginning of the season, nobody wanted to believe. Okay?
They still don't.
There's a lot of people that still think there's a lot of other. She is.
Angel Reese had no answers. While Clark controlled the entire game, Reese appeared confused and struggled to keep up with the pace. After all the hype and claims about bringing attention to the game, her stats were as quiet as a library. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark let her game speak for itself, lighting up the scoreboard and dominating every camera shot. The message was clear.
Pisses off everybody whenever we say it, and then obviously it becomes a whole thing because we're a bunch of doofuses and things like that, but this is the golden goose. This is the one. This is the generational, multi-generational player. And we're incredibly lucky that she's in Indianapolis. And she went fucking ham in the opener against the Chicago.
When the final buzzer sounded, Pat McAfee grabbed the mic and said what everyone else was keeping quiet. This wasn't about attitude or online drama. It was about true greatness. Pure basketball dominance. Caitlin Clark didn't just play. She took complete control of the game. And McAfee made sure the world heard the truth without any filter.
That out. They just go to right here, bang, Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese, and then boom, buzzsaw on the internet about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Ultimately, I think the buzz is good for the WNBA as a whole. I know it's probably not fun to be a part of if you're Caitlin or Angel Reese or anybody else, but in the end, the Indiana Fever win by 100, and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have started their second season in the WNBA, and Caitlin Clark is on track to be the greatest.
The foul was textbook clear, completely obvious, but when Caitlin Clark spoke up about it, the internet didn't focus on the foul itself. Instead, they turned against her. Someone edited the clip into a negative story, removing Angel Reese's shove on Natasha Howard and only highlighting Clark's contact. Just like that, a new villain was made. And the media? They chose to amplify the story instead of the truth.
There's no argument. Like, I don't understand. Like, people can yell until they're blue in the face. Like, the proof's in the pudding. We've seen all the stuff. And you say, like, it is good for the sport at large, but I think a lot of people get turned on. Like, it just always goes into a race thing. Like, every single time, no matter what, that is always the discussion.
There's always debate, but Pat McAfee wasn't having it. He called it what it really was, manufactured anger. He mocked the selective clips, dismissed the lazy edits, and powerfully challenged the pointless opinions flooding social media. This is what Pat does best, exposing the spin while others chase clicks. They edited the video, he said. They cut out the first foul, and now Clark's the villain? Absolutely not. He never accepted that narrative.
In every league, there's going to be like adversaries. Like, you know, Angel Reese is the foil for Caitlin Clark and vice versa. Like, they don't have to get along. They don't have to like each other. They're competitors. Like that. This kind of shit happens. But every single time something like this happens, and we have to go right back to
full on.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't get moved at all. So like, we're not talking about the game. We're talking about that play, and that's it. You know. And then we'll get the stats about her 20 points and 10 assist games and the triple doubles and all that, but the discussion always comes.
And McAfee didn't stop there. He directly called out critics who were too afraid to admit the truth. Caitlin Clark is a once-in-a-generation talent, and it intimidates them. They fear how quickly she's changing the game, how impressive her stats are, and how their favorite stories fall apart when Clark steps on the court. She's the golden goose, McAfee said. She's selling out arenas, breaking viewership records, and pushing teams to move to bigger venues. What more proof do you need? When I watch the Fever play, he added, I think, these are truly great teams now.
The Fever play, I'm like, these are great teams. Los Angeles, I think they got Kelsey Plum out there.
Yeah, they do.
I think they're going to be great. There's a lot of great teams. I'm just talking about watching Caitlin Clark play. Electrifying.
Yes.
Absolutely. She will pull. She will pull that shit up. She will shake, sidestep, step back, not scared. And then she'll do a no-look pass, full court passes. I mean, her teammates have to get used to her passes, I think, because they've never really seen it before. Yep. She's great for the sport. She's great for the game.
People have never seen anything like this before. She's great for the sport, a true blessing for the game, McAfee said, comparing Caitlin Clark to legends like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, and yes, Steph Curry. But here's the difference. None of them changed the game this fast. McAfee didn't just praise her skills. He celebrated her leadership, her calm confidence, and the way she embraces the WNBA spotlight with grace. Whether facing elbows, criticism, or pressure, she never backs down. She's a true game changer.
Basically, who's filling up all these arenas? Now, obviously, there's a lot of adult males who are fans and go into it, but you got a lot of little girls that are coming out watching their hero play, and she's selling out every arena. It's great for the sport.
Yeah, she's the most popular women's athlete on the planet right now, I think, and obviously her game speaks for, it's just different. We watch the playoffs, you see a hard foul, guy gets up, talk shit. Did Angel overreact? Yeah, probably. It was a hard foul. It is what it is. They squashed it after the game and you moved on. But yeah, all the think pieces and everything after the first game. Hey, it's numbers, so I'm sure the WNBA probably likes that part of it. But the other side of it, I think is pretty shit.
Caitlin become confident that she's the one out here too is awesome.
Yeah, it's
like press conferences, she's leading. Coach is here. Aaliyah Boston's here.
Yeah.
Kelsey Mitchell, dog, great player. She's down there. It's like, this is Caitlin's team. Ratings are higher than it's ever been for the WNBA.
Yeah.
Congrats to Caitlin Clark.
That's right.
Nice.
It's crazy how it's always the Fever, seems like. Or it's a game that the Fever game is leading into.
Sure.
It's crazy how that works.
I mean, what are you going to do? Proofs in the pudding, kind
Get a
of.
girl out of Iowa
Exactly.
who can pull up from the state next door.
Yeah.
And light up an entire arena, every arena. I think Caitlin Clark sees the bigger picture, wants to leave WNBA better than whenever she got there. And obviously, I think Angel Reese is a part of this with how big her personality is and how well she's known. But it's like, ride that, just let's go. It's good for sports, the more eyes on all these things. And I think obviously, as a lot of girl dads in here, it's great that that is where it's headed. But it just needs to be acknowledged by everybody that there is a driver behind it. And it happens to be a bucket from Iowa in Caitlin Clark.
Argument is stupid. Like you can say whatever you want, but it's very obvious. And I think even the WNBA as like a whole, like their front league office, I guess, if you will, like they might not publicly,
They have publicly, though. They said, hey, all these games are prime time.
Yeah, exactly.
WNBA, all the Fever's games are prime
They
time.
got more primetime games than the Lakers had.
Yeah.
Definitely more than the Colts have.
Nationally.
Definitely more than the Pacers have.
Yep.
Like, she fills up a stadium in an arena more than anybody else. And I had somebody tweet me this the other day before we talked about Caitlin's debut. You better talk about the biggest star in Indianapolis this year or whatever. And it's like, I'm not good at talking about I don't know enough about the WNBA to talk about it, but I do know enough about business. I do know enough about a superstar, and Caitlin Clark is both of those things, and she has the work ethic to back it up. Like, this isn't just going to be a flash in the pan. This is going to be for the foreseeable future because of how hard she
I
worked.
don't understand. You got so many clips of Caitlin Clark pushing people in college.
Yep.
She doing all this type of stuff. She hit Jordan Canada upside the head last year.
She actually needs anger management. If people actually been watching Caitlin as a person who also needs a little anger management myself, I'm talking about myself. Caitlin's another one who needs anger management.
Yeah.
She's always effing crashing out. She led the league in text. She was one of the top 5 leaders in text last year.
She's drawing Ohio. She's drawing Kentucky. She's drawing Illinois, Michigan. You got people traveling to Iowa. I mean, Iowa's even traveling over. You got people traveling to come watch here in Indiana, and then every other arena is the same damn thing. She has home games in every arena she goes to.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful thing. It is a great thing for sports, and it does feel like more and more people are starting to understand.